Welcome, everybody, to All About Articulation, where we do a deeper dive into the articulation of some of your favorite action figures while glossing over things like sculpt, paint apps, character history, accessories, because I suck at that, and there are already so many great reviews on YouTube who do that already, so I don't want to waste your time. Today, we are reviewing alright, I'm going to get this right, a lot of words, the FuRay Planet Maestro Union Blade Master WENG. Did I get it right? Yeah, I think I did. Okay, I'm not quite sure what's what. I'm thinking FuRay Planet is the manufacturer. This line is called Maestro Union, and the name of this character himself, the figure, is Blade Master WENG. Kind of like Hasbro, Marvel Legends, and Spider-Man. So this is FuRay Planet, Maestro Union, Blade Master WENG. Got it? Get it? Good. All right, let's rock and roll. I'm going to go into a little bit of a spiel about what are my thoughts on this figure. If you want to jump right into the articulation, we got, I'll have the timestamp or the link in the description below. You know what to do. Go check it out if you want to jump straight to the articulation. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm going to say this right now, okay? You've probably seen a lot of other reviewers go into this already, talk about how great this figure is, extolling the virtues, and yada yada yada. And by all accounts, everything that you've heard is right. This is a plus, 10 out of, I'm just gonna cut to the chase. Why build up the suspense? It's an A plus, 10 out of 10 figure. Easily on my short list of best figures of the year. I know I keep saying that. Every figure I buy is like a damn figure of the year. But I only make reviews of the figures that inspire me to make a video of it. And more often than not, it's these great, amazing figure of the year esque figure of the year, best of caliber type figures. I've never heard of FuRay Planet. I know they made a couple of other figures in this Maestro Union line. They got like a crocodile, alligator looking dude. There's a wolfman looking dude, and this is the tiger guy. I wasn't too impressed by just looking at the pictures of the other figures. And so I kind of skipped them, even though I know, and everybody says that they're great. I have no reason to dispute that. But this figure, I just saw it and I said to myself, yeah, I'm getting him. I'm getting him. And I'm glad I did, because he comes with a bunch of accessories, as I'm sure you've seen, I'm sure you know. But the articulation is kind of what blew me away for a figure of this size and this magnitude. Everything about him is great. I mean, sculpt, accessories, the paint. Well, there's no real character history because he's, this is not a known IP. This is, I guess, FuRay Planet's own invention. This is their own, copyrighted character. So not much character history there, but everything else is. Damn, look at that! Just look at that! Look at that head. All right, I know we gloss over sculpt, but just look at the detail of this head. Can you get in this? Look at that! Oh my goodness! Look at that! That's just phenomenal. Okay, anyway. Alrighty, let's do a quick measurement now. How long have I wasted enough time? I'll probably talk more throughout the video. He stands at a very, very robust, let's see, 8 inches on the, no, I'm sorry, 8.5 inches on the dot, if you just measure it to the top of his head. And then you have the little man bun that goes up to about 9 inches, maybe a little bit past 9 inches, but for all intents and purposes, he's an 8.5 inch figure. Let me scale him next to a 6-inch figure. Here's a review here's a figure I did a review for. This is Fei Long from Jada Toys. So he stands. Yeah, let's bring out all the kung fu people. What do you think? There you go. This is the Nota Toys Monk Wukong. These are the Jada Toys Street Fighter figures. So as you can see, he's a big boy. Love him. he's available now on a Big Bad Toy Store, I believe, or is he sold out? I'm not sure. But I picked him up from a site called 5K Toys, link in the description below. I see him all over the place. He's not hard to find at all. He'll cost you about anywhere between $90 to $100, give or take, and I think he's worth every penny. So if you are on the lookout for a big, beefy, quality, well-articulated, big figure, this is the one to get. I'll put some links in the description below of where I can find them on retail, so you don't have to do so much Googling around. They also make a white version of this. I think they make a white version. I say I think because I've seen it online, but a lot of the other retailers aren't selling it. I only see individual sellers on AliExpress sell the white figure. And the cost about the same, between $80 to $90 to $100. Some of you guys might be balking. I should really do a separate video on this, but some of you might be balking on AliExpress, and I get it, because a lot of the stuff on AliExpress is a lot of knockoffs, but AliExpress really is just like a marketplace for people to buy and sell, whatever they want to sell. It's kind of like eBay, but as you can imagine, because eBay is based in the US, they're a little bit more strict and stringent on intellectual property, as opposed to AliExpress. I believe they're based in Asia, if not specifically China, which, they might be a little bit more lax in enforcing some of the copyright laws. So you do have a lot of these third-party sellers, like V-Toys and this amazing, fantastic Figure of the Year candidate, Kingdom Come Superman. You might have this guy here, like, Nota Toys, for example. So a lot of this guy here, I'm going to do a review on him soon. Keep an eye out for that video. This is the V-Toys BMS Knight of War, I believe the name of this figure. He's basically like a Batman type of figure. Supposedly, I think he's Tom's Wayne. Anyway, okay, this is not about him. This is about this guy. Okay, enough. But basically, you can get him on AliExpress. You might think it's a knockoff. A lot of times, these third-party sellers, because they are based in Asia, they just sell it right through AliExpress. And it saves them on, maintaining their own website. Anyway, I'll put a link to the white version of this in the description below. If you want to take a look at it, go ahead. All right, now to the articulation. I do a lot of rambling. I'm so sorry. Okay, so yeah, we did the measurement. All right, I don't need the stupid rule anymore. Let's talk about the head. He comes with two heads. This is the second one. It's both amazing. Both heads get the same amount of articulation. 2 points of articulation. One at the upper neck, one at the lower neck. And just utilizing the upper neck. This is how far he can look up. This is how far he can go down. And then here's utilizing just the lower point of the neck. That's how far he can go down. And as you see, that's the motion isolating just the lower neck. And then in together, conjunction, that's how far he can look down. But imagine if he was looking down on you. Okay. And this is how far he can look up. Like, amazing. Just amazing. For a big, beefy figure, a chunky, big boy like this, how he feels in hand is very, very unique. And I think it bears mentioning. If you're familiar with Marvel Select, and they're sort of oversized, it's very hard, plasticky, oversized. I would say the feel in hand of this guy feels like a cross between, like, I would say 75% Marvel Select and about 25% NECA. Especially when it comes to the hands and the feet and the wrist joints. It feels very reminiscent of a lot of the NECA Predator figures. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay? All right. So just to give you an idea, because so much of action figures, for me anyway, it's about how it feels. That gets a lot of that gets lost in translation over video and photos. You don't really get to feel the figure. So I always try to describe how it feels in hand. And how he feels in hand is very, very Marvel Select, Diamond Select-esque. Just to give you an idea, like the solidity, is that a word? The solidness of the figure, and the joints. The joints are very stiff when first taken out of the box. You do have to be a little bit careful with that. But I don't know if you can hear the noise behind me. Guys, I live in New York City, and it's August. My windows are open. I live downtown. It's a party outside, okay? Every day, for no reason. Just people blasting music. You gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I mean? Okay. So yeah, that's how he feels. So I did the head, did the neck. He's got the shoulders that go all the way up. Look at that. He can hit a Y pose. Yeah, baby. Okay. He's got butterfly articulation, not dedicated butterfly joints. It's just a ball peg and a socket, and he's got some wiggle. Not great butterfly, but you know, enough just to say that there is. So here's the butterfly articulation being pushed all the way back. I want to get my hands out of the way, and here's the butterfly articulation pushed all the way forward. Okay. Not much, to be honest with you, but it's okay. He's got a bicep swivel that goes all the way around. We know how that goes. Double jointed elbows. Here's bending the lower joint. Here's bending the upper joint. And then in conjunction, he gets about 90 when you utilize both upper and lower, both elbow joints. So you can do pretty well. You know, for a big chunky figure, the articulation is there. The articulation is there. One thing I just wanted to point out is that he does come with a bunch of hands. Not going to go too much into the hands, but the hands are very the wrist pegs. I don't know if I can show you. You know what? Instead of pulling it out, I'm just going to pull out a fist. These, oh my goodness, these wrist joints are very, 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 very tight. You might have to take them all out, put them in hot water, or use a blow dryer when you first get them. I have not done that with all of them, but they're very extremely, extremely tight. All the wrist joints go up and down, or extension flexion, like that. So, you know, extension flexion, except for the weapon holding hands. I think that needs to be pointed out. The weapon holding hands are, as we call them, can you see that? It's a bit sideways. It's the adduction abduction. So just a point of note. So when he does hold his weapons, he can articulate his wrists and his sword swinging motion. Look how beautiful these swords are. My goodness. So when you do put the sword into his hand, he can, you know, go adduction, abduction. Just in a little FYI, in case you were wondering. So not all of his wrists articulate in the same manner. Alright, let's get these stupid things out the way. We don't need all these accessories. He does come with this big, solid rubber cloak that I decided to take off, especially in terms of the articulation. This is also a solid piece of plastic that does not, I don't believe, there's no, what do you call it, little buckle or a little peg that can easily take off and remove it. I do believe it does come off, but you would have to pull the entire figure apart at the waist and then slide this thing off and then articulate him. And then he just, I don't know, probably wouldn't look as good, but who knows? I haven't tried it. I'm going to show you his articulation with the, should I do it? Ah, the hell with it, I'll do it. I'll show you. All right, I'm going to take this off. Oh boy. All right, this is what he looks like as articulated as possible. Is this on? No. Is this thing on? Okay, there we go. All right. He doesn't look half bad, actually. This is my first time doing it. I've never taken this piece off before. All right, so as you can see, you just pull them apart by the waist, and this thing slides right off. As opposed to this thing, the cloak, there's actually a peg that you can peg off, and then you can take off the cloak. But it's actually harder to maneuver that peg. So it's easier just to pull the head off and then take it off. Okay? Anywho, 2 points of articulation in the abdomen. Upper, lower. Here's his articulation. His upper ab crunch. He moves this far. He can extend that far back, and he can crunch this far down. Not much upper ab crunch, as you can see. Here's his lower ab crunch in isolation. Goes all the way down. Well, not that all the way. And here's his back extension, using only the lower ab. Okay. Hold on, let me adjust the light. There we go. Can you see that? There we are. Okay. All right. And here's his ab crunch, utilizing both upper and lower. So it's a good amount of articulation. I'm not complaining, you know. He's a tiger. He ain't Spider-Man. He ain't a Daredevil. He ain't Batman. He's Master Wang, Blade Master. All right. No drop down hips, but it does get great. It's 2 ball joints, as you can see there. I don't know. Can you see that? So it's 2 a ball joint in the socket, and he can get pretty much a split. He can also do a Glenn Webb split because he does have really good ankle pivot. So there you go. This is how far down he can go doing a split with both feet flat on the ground. Not bad. All right, let me put this hips back in place. These pants are thick, solid plastic, so it does not, and it doesn't. The middle piece is soft, so you get a lot of pliability here, and he could hit different poses, and it's not going to hinder any articulation. But these baggy pants are solid, so take that as you will. He can, oops. He's got a double jointed knee, as you can see there. And he articulates the knee pretty well. Although the weird thing is, if you just utilize the upper knee bend, he gets about 90. And then if you just utilize the lower knee bend, he gets about a little bit less than 90. But then when you use it together, you have to play around with it a little bit, because there's so much bagginess in the pants that it's a weird sort of articulation. Nothing's hindered. Well, it's hindered, but it's nothing terrible. You know, it's not going to disrupt the enjoyment of your figure in any way, shape, or form. I don't think. All right. What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Let's put his hips back. All right, we did the knee. He's got would you call it a boot swivel? Would you call it a? I don't know. I'm not great at tiger anatomy. Is this called a boot cut? But whatever it is. And here's his feet. So if that's his knee, this is his shin, I guess. But he has a bend mid shin, so you can articulate it that far down. I basically just keep it straight. I never really utilize that bend. And at that bend, at that joint, you can swivel, which is where the boot cut is. And then you have the ankles. And the ankle goes down, and it pivots. Good stuff. What was I just about to say? Yeah. He also comes with these boots. So these, just like how easily you can remove his torso, you can also remove other parts of him, like his feet, to swap on these boots. He comes with these two boots, and it's as you can see here, it's a peg hole, So I haven't even done this, and I don't think I will. But I'm guessing you could unplug this part out here, take that out, and then plug this in here like that. And in fact, it does look about right because it's about the same size. And maybe he'd be a little bit taller with these boots on. But why on God's green earth would I put boots on him when I have these amazing tiger feet? I mean, he's a tiger, right? And he's a martial artist. He ain't showing up at a 9 to 5 job wearing a suit and tie. Why would he need shoes for? What is this? This is his feet are what makes him so unique. So yeah, I kept it on. But the only thing is that if you look at the amount of real estate in the bottom of the foot, well, let me bring that down. His tiger feet, for lack of a better term, are much smaller than the boot feet, the boots. So you might have a bit more of a issue with him finding balance when you're posing him. But I haven't had any troubles at all. Oh, I almost forgot. He's got this amazing tail. And you know what's so great about this? It's bendy wire. Look at that. Comes with a bendy wire tail. How cool is that? It's unbelievable. So FuRay Planet, home run, dude. All right, okay. This has gone on for 20 minutes. You guys are probably, if you're still watching this video, I commend you because I can't even listen to myself for 20 minutes. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't subscribe, don't thumbs up, don't do any of that garbage. Okay, just watch it and leave a comment if you have any questions. Okay, goodbye.